Wait, you've never played Wii Sports Resort, bro?
No,
Oh, he's so poor. He's never played Wii Sports Resort.
Dude, I used to go on the bike rides for Wii Sports Resort.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was beautiful.
I had
And
Wii
like-
Sports Inner City. I didn't have the sport. I couldn't afford a resort version of it.
Wii Sports, the projects.
The projects, dodging bulletin.
She loved Jesus.
We're drinking blood. Yeah, my rent's gone up, but Blackie's on the moon. All right, well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 14. I am your host, Elisa. Hey guys. Our guest for today is going to be Alan Santiago, everybody.
Hello.
You can talk to either one. It works. Just like you know.
Right.
You can just pick one.
Okay.
And Alan, please tell us a little bit about yourself and give us a little intro.
Well, a little bit about me. I wrote this thing.
Yeah, I regret telling you ahead of time that this was coming.
And, I am a stand-up comedian whose superpower is making people laugh without ever looking like I'm trying. My comedy blends dark humor, deadpan delivery, and the quiet confidence of someone who has clearly given up. My comedy dissects modern life with the precision of a scientist. Audience appreciate my cool, understated style, mostly because it makes them feel better about their own terrible decisions.
All right, and Alan is powered by AI. So what's crazy is that you said that you make people laugh without looking like you're trying while you're reading from your phone.
Right.
Like, you're definitely trying. All right, and on top of that, our producer today is B. Polly, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah.
She still does not have a camera on her,
Yeah.
but one day maybe we will see. Any message for the people today, B?
This is gonna be a good one.
This is going to be a good one. We like it. So,
And B, what's the word of the day?
Iridocyclitis.
Whoa, that's an insane
that
word.
meme is crazy.
Wow.
You pulled that from the recesses
That
of my
is-
mind. You're probably too old for that meme. Do you know that meme?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, see?
What is that?
This video. There's a video that went it's a meme viral, and it's literally just like some little kid at a spelling bee. And they gave him the word iridocyclitis.
Yeah.
But he's like in the mic like, iridocyclitis. Like he just says it really. I'll put it in right now.
Iridocyclitis.
Wow, that wasn't like what I remembered at all.
I know. I remember him saying it way
Yeah.
more weirdly. But maybe it's because it just became viral. And so you remembered a little
I
bit.
don't know if this is a weird thing to say because it's a kid, but it seems like he's maybe Indian, but also it looks like he's a white guy who's doing blackface. Is that weird? If you could pull up that image.
Yo, you know who he looks like? What's his name? The guy that played all of the Wonka Factory characters in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
The original?
No,
the
Johnny Depp
one. I didn't watch that.
It's one dude who played all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but he kind of looks like that guy.
What is that?
I can't. What are they even called? Factory.
The Oompa Loompas?
Oompa Loompas. There we go.
Can't forget the Oompa Loompa.
Oompa actor.
Robert.
Deep Roy.
Oh, my God.
Doesn't he look just like this guy?
I think that could be his father. He's using that
Yeah.
Oompa Loompa money to fund a spelling bee career.
There's a... Okay, now we're just gonna... You know what? We're gonna get sucked in. You're my friend and I can talk to you forever. That's why I brought you on.
Right.
But... Let's get into this actual episode. So, welcome to episode 14.
Yeah.
This is no wrong answers. We're gonna pull some questions from this jar, and we either get through one question or 17 questions. It does not matter. Okay, so we're gonna just jump into it, I guess. Alan, please pull out the very first official question of the podcast.
And did we get a definition of what that word means?
Of iridocyclitis?
Yeah.
I have no
It's
idea.
inflammation of the iris.
Oh, that makes
iris?
sense. Yeah, that makes
Why are
sense.
they making these kids spell it?
Because it's a complicated word.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, what's the least sexiest thing that turns you on? The least sexiest thing that turns me on. What a question.
Let me think.
Uh,
I mean, there's little things like when people put their shopping carts away.
That's a turn on?
Yeah, because like it's people use that as an example of like this is how to tell like it's a test of character.
Yeah.
Because no one's making you put the cart away. It causes no inconvenience to you, like to not do it. You know, it's easier to not do it. But it is more convenient, like for other people that are gonna be like in the parking lot or the parking lot attendant. You know, like that now they don't have to go around the entire parking lot. They can go to the little cart return spot, corral. Yeah. So like that, like people use that as a test of character because it's like whether or not you're willing to go a little bit out of your way for the convenience of others.
Right.
And so if you put your shopping carts away.
So if there's a guy putting the carts away, you're like, hey, this is.
Yeah, I'm like, look at that. That's a good person.
Wow.
Right there. You know, like that's something little. It's not like I'm
regardless of what they look like.
It's not like I'm thinking about it literally every single time, but that's my point. I'm like, this is something little. I'm not like literally like I've got a waterfall in my pants right now. You know, like I'm not like that kind of turned on. You know, but I'm like, let's go.
Right, but
that
like, goes under the umbrella of character.
Yeah, or like if I was already into a guy and we went to the grocery store for whatever reason, you know, and he's like, "Wait, you wait here. I'm gonna put this shopping cart away." I'd be like, then what? You know,
right.
I'm like, you gonna grab somebody else's shopping cart, put it away for them too? You know, like, thinking like stuff like that. You know, like.
How does that compare to, say, you were to observe a guy giving $1 to the homeless? Above or below?
This is where we're gonna get into some hot takes that people might not want to hear.
Oh my God!
I don't believe in giving cash to people on the street.
Okay.
I would like if I went to 7-Eleven for these things, and sometimes there's homeless people standing outside like asking for money, and I'll ask them like, "Hey, do you want me to buy you something while I'm inside?" Also, because I never have cash, so I like can't give cash even if I wanted to.
Right.
But I think like it's because I know a lot of people are on the street because of drugs. And so, like, if you got into drugs, I would never give you money. I would never enable you like that. So why would I do that to someone on the street? You know, if I'm supposed to love you because you are another human being and I care for you, why would I give you something that will help you? You know? So I don't believe in giving cash to people. But I wouldn't, like, I'm not like, oh, how dare you give $1 to homeless? Like, I'm not like that, you know? But I don't know if it would necessarily, I'd be like, yeah.
But your turn on would be if a guy walked by a homeless guy and he's like, hey, get it together, man.
If you had an intervention for a homeless person right there on the street.
You like shoot him out. He's like, you'd be like, hey. You do the hair thing?
No, what I think my dad does is like really good. Like a lot of time people will just like either like give money to the homeless people, like give them something and then move on, or they completely ignore them. So my dad like is happy to give to people, but he stops and he talks with them, and sometimes for a long ass time. Like,
that's nice.
Like we get stopped on the sidewalk and he's talking to them for like 20-30 minutes.
Wow.
You know, because he's like, these people are lonely. Like no one's talking to them. No one cares about them, like truly. And so he stops, he learns their names. Wow. He asks what he can pray for them. And then he'll take them to the store and be like, hey, I'll get you anything that you ask for right now. Like, what do you want? Wow. You know, and like sets them up and gives them a whole meal or whatever that they ask for, you know? And so to me, like that would be the true sign of character, you know, is like, we care for each other right now, you know?
Oh, that's really, wow. I can see why your mom fell for your dad.
Yeah, no, my dad's an awesome person. Yeah, my dad's a great guy. Yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna do. I mean, what's the future gonna hold if we're becoming a cashless society? I know. How are we gonna?
I just found out they officially decided to not make pennies anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, pennies. What's next?
Yeah.
The dollar?
The dollar's gonna get less.
What's next? $100? Yeah. You know, they used to make $500 bills. They don't make that anymore, you know?
I know. They're crunching from both sides.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, but if you're getting pennies to the homeless, it's kind of, that seems a bit rude.
I was actually thinking about it, like, is it going to change prices of things? Like, are we going to now do even amounts?
It has to be.
Like, it could be like $11.50, you know, or whatever, but like, you can't have something be like 94 cents, you know, when there's no pennies in circulation anymore. I mean, they obviously are still in circulation, but they're not being made anymore. So there's penny shortages. Right. But it costs more to make a penny than what a penny is worth. So it's like it kind of makes sense why they made it, you know. But then prices should change so that.
But is that not the case for like the nickel?
No, because I think it costs like 2 cents to make a coin.
Okay.
So that's obviously more than a
Got
penny,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
but I think it is less than a nickel.
Yeah.
My dad for years has been like, they should stop making the penny.
Right.
And everyone should switch to even numbers. You know,
Yeah.
my dad was born in 1951, so he has strong opinions
Strong
on
penny
a lot
opinions.
of little things.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
had time to think
Right.
about it.
He wasn't been celebrating this. He wasn't been going crazy.
Yeah, I should call him and be like, hey, man.
Yeah. Congrats.
The penny's no longer being made.
Yeah,
How are
yeah.
you feeling?
They finally
He actually-
listen to you.
He has a penny collection. He might
Really?
his shit might go up in value, you know?
Whoa.
So
I also have a penny collection.
hey, look at
Really?
that. You're about to be a fucking millionaire. So.
Hopefully.
Wow. And what's in this? And the pennies are a collection because of their year or because of like some error in the way it was printed?
Both. So it'll
Okay.
be like you can have like all of every year of the 1900s, you
Yeah.
know, and then there's different mints in the United States, and so like if you have a 1978 Denver penny, it's there was a misprint for the year, and so that's missing its mint mark to
Okay.
say like there's like there'll be like a little D for Denver or P for Pennsylvania or whatever the you know, and it'll be missing from the penny, and so like that's a special collector's thing, and especially like depending on how nice the penny is, like is it like clean or has it been used, you know?
Yeah.
So that's like little things here and there. They have like a bunch of different stuff on. So if you want, I can call my father and he will
Get him
talk.
on the.
He'll talk
get
for
him remote.
way too long
Yeah.
about pennies,
Yeah.
but like literally, like that's like why when if you are, let me just PSA, if you're ever going through someone's house, like maybe they passed away or whatever, they went missing, I don't know, but like hopefully not the missing one, but
They're missing, and you're just going to their house. It's like that would be declared
if they're
dead.
missing like a year, then I
Yeah.
guess it'd be declared dead. Yeah, because I think death is the only time you really like clear out someone's house
Right.
and stuff. If someone is an avid collector of something, that means they've put time and effort into it, which
Yeah.
means they have really nice stuff of that niche.
Mm.
You just don't know the niche or its understanding. Look it up, because like some of the pennies my dad has, yeah, they're worth a penny.
Okay.
You know, some of them are $4,000.
Wow.
Like these are real. Like he is a collector and has been for years. Like the man is only missing like 2 pennies from his collection.
Wow.
But they're both extremely rare and like worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You know, so like he can't get that. You know, so it's like, if you find a collection of something in someone's house, look it up. Like, don't just
Don't
my dad
just
also,
toss it.
Yeah, he also has a huge collection of seashells, and some of them are $12, some of them are $4,000. You know, so it's just
Wow.
like when someone collects something, you
Right.
know, like if
There's
I
a $12,000 seashell out there.
yeah,
There's gotta be a
probably,
conch.
probably. No, I don't know about that.
The conches aren't worth $12,000.
Probably not. Those are there's some like there's some shells that are honestly so beautiful. I was about to look up shells, but I'm trying to get to my father. Because
Yeah.
like there's like leopard print shells,
Right.
You know, those are really nice. But it's like it also kind of depends on the area you're in.
Oh,
You know,
interesting.
like I don't think the leopard print shell is common to California.
Yeah.
But it could be very common in the shores of North Carolina, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, it just depends on the area you're in, who you're selling to, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
And you never got the collection gene? You're not pulled to collect anything like that?
I like the idea of collecting something, but I
Yeah.
don't feel like my heart isn't in any
Yeah.
of it. The closest I'm getting is maybe with my comedy albums,
Oh, yeah.
which honestly I still have to listen. I got a lot of them all at
Right.
once, so I still have to listen to a lot of them. But I think like that could become something that I collect. I also started collecting coasters from places that I go to.
Okay. There you go.
So these 3 are all from Amsterdam, but it's like that was something I started like very recently, you know. So it just depends. Do you collect anything?
I'm a completionist. I like to have a complete collection of something, which
Oh.
is very hard to do as
Yeah.
a collector.
So you
Yeah,
just buy
like
them
you were
all
saying.
at the same time. Got it.
So, or like a collection I know I can complete. The wheat penny collection that I have is the wheat penny was made before it switched over to the Lincoln penny with the Lincoln Memorial in the back. And that is a collection that is, I inherited that, not in a will, but like it was my grandmother's dad's and my great grandfather, and now it's mine.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I have not sorted them.
Yeah.
So I know that there's one from like 1917. But
Yeah.
I don't know how
Wow.
rare that is.
Now,
So-
why do you? Why did it fall to you out of all the siblings?
Because I like money.
Oh,
Because I said, please, please, please.
right.
Yeah.
You showed an interest.
My godfather collected currency from different countries.
Yeah.
And so like that I thought was interesting. So I have but like I've never, my point, like I'm saying, I've never had the heart for any of it. So
Yeah.
like I have some Chinese yen, I have some South African rands, I obviously have pesos always on hand.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but like I don't have like a ton of stuff, you know, so it's just like, if you were going to collect something, what would you collect?
Hearts. No, I. What?
Bodies.
Let's see.
Souls.
I tried collecting quarters. I mean, I got into. Remember when they had the quarters that were like from different
States?
states?
Oh,
Yeah.
I have 2 of
Wait, do they
those.
not make them like that anymore?
No, they do.
They still do.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
I'm like, what the hell? When did that design change?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention to a quarter in a longest time.
Oh, that's your first problem. Okay.
Yeah. And then I got it, and I was like, I don't know. I kind of started building it, and then lost interest, and I was like, all right, I'm over this.
That's
Yeah.
my savings. That's how
my
I save my money. I just do a US.
Yeah, you could buy like you could buy a little map and then just put it in there, and I think that's what got me semi into it.
Yeah.
And I just fell off. I was like, I don't want to try to get Arizona where the hell I was missing.
Yeah.
But besides that, I tried collecting cards. I collected Pokemon back in the day.
Wait, did you say cars or cards?
Cards.
Okay, yeah. You said cars at first, and I was gonna laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a joke? Like,
I remember collecting things for the sake of collecting, not even having an interest in it.
yeah, right.
You know,
Like,
so
'cause having a collection seems nice.
Right.
You know, like I feel like it shows a lot of personality, but I'm
Yeah.
like, that's why I'm like, you have to have the heart, like for what the item is. You
Yeah.
have to like want the collection. You know?
I don't think I was ever passionate enough to keep it up. You know.
Yeah.
So with my Pokemon cards, I collected them, but I was just like because everyone else was doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't even play the game. I don't know how to play the game. You know, I collected baseball cards,
Yeah.
and I've never watched baseball. I just had them.
You've never seen a game of baseball.
I think I was like some kind of thing where I was like, I was at a garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has stacks of them. I was like, these got to be worth something.
Yeah.
Got them, put them in like sleeves, put them in the thing. Never looked at it again. I don't know who's in there. Probably worth jack shit, because probably someone who knew how much they were worth were like, okay, these are the garbage ones we're going to put on the garage sale.
You never know.
You
So
think?
when
That's
you
my point.
die,
When people die and they set out the collection, people don't think to check the
Right.
worth of them. They're just
Right.
like, well, this is garbage, you
Yeah.
know? So you never know.
so when you die,
Yes.
what's happening to your baseball card
Oh,
Yeah.
collection?
I think
Do
my
you still
kids are
have
probably
it?
going to toss them.
Do you still have it?
I still have it.
You should go check on it.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. I have to like look it up.
Care. Like, might as well.
But even looking it up takes time. That's the annoying
Yeah,
thing.
but what if you found out that even just one of them is worth like $8,000? Wouldn't that
Maybe.
change things for you?
It would, but I don't know why. I think maybe I've tricked my mind into
Fucking
saying
take
they're
one
worthless.
picture of like a whole sheet of them.
Yeah.
And send it to ChatGPT and be like, are any of these worth anything? Should I look into any of them?
I
you
should,
know?
now that AI
like,
is a thing.
yeah, like
Right.
you don't have to go individually
Yeah.
nowadays. You can as you find out like, oh yeah, maybe a Tony Gwynn card or a Babe Ruth card is
Right.
gonna be like super, like everybody has that
Yeah.
card, you know? But
Right,
like
right.
maybe you have Christian Anderson. That is a composer.
Anderson.
right?
Sounds like a guy. Yeah.
I just picked a name.
Right.
So like, you know, like that's crazy rare because he was only in the roster for 1 year, but he like his stats are incredible. You know,
Yeah.
so go look it up. That's all I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. What was the question?
The second what you find a sexy.
What's the least sexiest thing that turns me on is when someone has a baseball card collection that they know the worth of. So
Your answers are interesting. So it's like someone who puts their carts away and has a collection of some toy.
I'm totally kidding. I just wanted to make fun of you.
I'll say something the least. Oh wait, what's the least sexiest thing that turns you on?
Like,
I'll say I like drumming. So if a girl can drum, I was like, that's the least sexiest thing you can do, but it's very alluring.
Yeah,
about
no,
that?
I feel you. Yeah,
Yeah.
drummers have a certain vibe that they have like a raw sexual power to them.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, because I feel like lead singer gets the most people, and then I feel like drummer gets the second most.
Yeah, because the least sexiest thing you could be doing is drumming, but it's still, I find, a
in
turn
the
on.
band, least sexiest is bass.
Yeah, or piano.
Piano. Well, if we're talking like all music, then tuba, like like cello, like the big instruments that are
French horn.
Yeah, like things that can sound beautiful, but they're not sexy. Like no one's like, yo, let me get in on that.
The triangle.
That clarinet.
That clarinet. Let me go blow that guy.
Let me up this piccolo real quick, and I'm like, oh maybe, what's the least sexiest instrument? Let's get into that. What's the sexiest and the least sexiest?
The sexiest would be
I feel like electric guitar.
I say voice.
Voice is the
Voice
sexiest.
is
the sexiest instrument.
I wasn't expecting that because I was thinking literal instruments, but it is very true that is the sexiest.
Yes, you're right.
External instruments. What's the sexiest?
I think it also depends on between a man and a woman, right?
That's why I was like electric guitar. I feel like even if a woman just came up and just shredded, I'd be like, wow, what do those fingers do, lady?
But I would say, okay, so I wouldn't think, maybe this is a bias on my end, but I wouldn't think to me someone playing the sax is that sexy, but I would feel like a woman would think a guy playing the sax is sexy.
No, sax is definitely sexy, but I think it's because of the sound it creates.
Right.
And not necessarily. Also, Kenny G kind of changed the game for everybody.
Right.
So.
Was he on the clarinet though?
No, doesn't he do saxophone?
Really?
Am I crazy? No idea. I'll look it up. Okay. Thank you.
And also, sax is similar to sex. Right? So your mind already goes.
You're breaking it down for us,
Yeah, this
Alan.
guy's good at sax. It tricks your mind to thinking he's good at.
He must also be good at sax.
yeah. That's
Soprano saxophone.
He plays the saxophone.
Boom.
Does he play the?
What's crazy is that Kenny G is way closer to your time period than to mine.
I know.
So play that clarinet out of here.
The link that you're missing is that a soprano sax is a straight instrument. It doesn't have the bend in it.
Oh,
so it looks like
it's the same.
It's probably still gold.
It's different, but it's still gold. It still has the same number.
Still made of brass,
like pedals or knobs or whatever. Pads.
Yeah.
What the hell do you call those circles?
I think they're called pads. I'll check.
Pads kind of sounds right. Yeah, look up the pieces of a clarinet or the wind instruments. Whatever.
And is there no Gen Z version of Kenny G?
No, I don't think anyone's destroying it on sax that hard.
Right.
I feel like I don't think there was someone before Kenny G.
Yeah. Wow, that's so sad.
Can you name another crazy saxophone player?
No. But they had they had stuff like this where it was like Louis Armstrong with a trumpet.
Yeah, but that's a trumpet. That's different.
It's like, is there what's
trumpet? I feel like is kind of more common to play because it's only 3 things. The sax is impressive because it has a lot of technical skill to it. Kind of like I'm more impressed by someone who plays the piano than someone who plays the guitar. Even though I do find the guitar you can be sexy, you can play like these crazy things.
Because it's more technically
we talk about like Jimi Hendrix as like maybe the greatest guitar player and stuff like that. But piano is just like in its nature more complicated, and so like that's where it's like hey, man,
but who in modern times is the guy that's killing it on a classical instrument?
Yo-Yo Ma. Let's go.
Oh, he's Yo-Yo Ma. That's all. What did you say about my mama?
Yo-Yo Mama. No, he's cello. He's destroying. He's shredding.
Yeah.
Okay, on cello. But that's also classical music. I think that's what makes Kenny G different is because he was doing like pop music. You know? Well, I don't know if he was necessarily pop music and he just made it popular because of how good it was, but like. Kenny G, I feel like people from my generation really know him because he was in the song TGIF by Katy Perry.
Oh.
Last Friday night. That's what it is.
He's in that?
Yeah, he has a whole sax solo.
Wow.
Rebecca Black is also in that music video.
Whoa, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Last Friday night, Kenny G plays a crazy solo. That's really cool.
Wow.
I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else who...
They're called keys.
keys. Fancy.
Playing
like
the
piano.
keys.
Playing the keys. Beep, 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 beep. If you could play any instrument, like you wake up tomorrow, you could fully play it, what would you play?
I'd play the guitar.
All right. He's a
Harp.
bitch. He's a basic harp. Let's go.
Harp?
That's what I'm fucking talking about. If you can wake up with the ability, like, guitar is so easy to learn.
Right.
Why waste your one, like, magic instrument ability on guitar?
But you're talking about just being a virtuoso or being skilled at it, or just like learning basic stuff?
No, like, you wake up tomorrow and you can fully play it. Like if I just named a song, as long as you know the song, you can fully play it.
Guitar. Yeah. What would you do?
Like cello or something?
Cello?
Harp is a crazy option.
When would you bust this out?
Why do you think I'm performing for the people? I would bust the cello out alone in my room. That sounds wonderful.
I'd learn it so I can show up.
That's fair. Oh my gosh, you do have that energy of like guy who brings his guitar to the bonfire.
I wouldn't do that. I hate that people. I've been to like maybe recently 2 parties where someone busted out a guitar. I wanted to kill myself. I couldn't even believe it. I hate that so much. I was at a Halloween party. Someone started playing the fiddle. I was like, this is crazy.
Fiddle's crazy.
Why do we have to support this? This is insane. Like, I felt like I was crazy because everyone else was like cheering it on. I was like, it's kind of ruining the vibe. I wouldn't support this at all. I wasn't like, I want to get out there now. It was just like, this sucks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fiddle is crazy. I would support that actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay,
You're part of the problem.
It's weird that it was at a Halloween party.
Yeah.
That I'd be like, what are we doing here? If it was just a regular house party, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. Someone busted out a fiddle.
Yeah.
I would be like, thank God it's not a guitar.
Yeah.
And so and I would be impressed because that's the thing. Like that's what impresses me so much about these things is it's technical skill that you need for it.
Right.
Like it's not the guitar. You can learn 4 chords on a guitar and be able to play like 60% of the songs that you want to play.
Smoke on the water.
Yeah. And so it's like that's why I'm like guitar is so boring.
Right.
Like literally right now I have the ability to play the guitar. I won't say that I am a guitar player because I can't just like pick it up and be like, let's go, or make up my own tune or whatever. But if you were like, hey, we need a guitar player to play this one song, can you do it this coming Saturday? I'd be like, yeah. Like I can do that for you. Like it's not that hard at all. Like, unless it was like you were literally asking me for like a Jimi Hendrix song where it's like he's doing some crazy Black Sabbath kind of performance thing, like that would be like, oh, I can't do that for you,
Yeah.
But if you just need a fill-in piece, like,
some rhythm,
I gotcha.
some rhythm.
I gotcha, So that's where I'm at. Do you have a non-sexy thing that turns you on?
I feel like my big one is singing, but like that's very common for a lot of people to be turned on by singing.
Yeah. That
But
seems
but
like
it's not-
one of the most sexiest things you
But
could do with it.
the question
Not least sexiest.
wasn't most or least common. It was just like to me the question is like in its nature is inherently sexual. Singing is not sexual. Like
It
obviously like
Also, like I'm not talking about like.
You're seducing. Singing is a part of seduction.
siren song.
But that's the thing is, I don't even mean
Fair.
like a sexy song.
Right.
I mean like.
Happy Birthday.
You're talking about like
I
Danny
feel like
Boy or
depends on
something. You get turned on.
I'm like
A sexy song.
like
Danny
no, like straight up,
Boy.
like well. The story goes, my boyfriend played Lurch in Addams Family, and it was
I know this
before we were
story.
dating.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
I said, I know. Don't get me started on this story. No, okay, keep going.
I
Sorry.
know this story.
But he had this.
actually do know this story. I was in the show as well. So.
He had this solo at the end, so like the whole show he doesn't really talk at all, and then he comes out and he's like sings this really great solo, and I was like,
Wow.
oh my gosh, I'm in love with this man.
Oh my God.
And then we started dating, so and we're
Love
still
that
together.
for sound.
Yeah. Oh, I always knew the person I fell in love with would need to be able to sing and have brown eyes. So
my God.
that's like, yeah, I know weird criteria.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But, yeah. But
Yeah. So
check.
the Lurch solo did it.
Move toward the darkness. Look it up.
Wow.
No.
You gotta hear the solo.
There's also one part where he comes out and sings. I don't remember what song it is, but he just like the Lurch character just goes, low, like very low.
Yeah,
like,
that's
just
it's
sings
the end
word
of that
love.
solo. 'Cause
Right,
he's
right,
like,
right.
It's that.
move toward the
Oh, that's in that song.
and like it's just one really
And
long,
it's
low
super
note.
Yeah.
low. He's the only person in the entire cast that can
I
hit
could
the
see
note.
that low.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was like we were all like, "Holy!"
So this blew everyone else.
believe you-
This blew everyone's mind.
Yeah,
it's 'cause
everyone.
like-
I thought it was the most sexy
Okay,
thing
wow.
ever.
No. Do
Yeah,
not
you
put me
too.
down for that. Do
Yeah,
not put
yeah.
me down for that. I was not like, wow, this is so sexy.
Right.
Because it was low singing.
Yeah.
Which it would be one thing if it's like he sang a bunch in this like low baritone thing, you know? Is it baritone or tenor? Baritone, I was right. But like just
bass.
that one note, it was just impressive because of its technical skill. Like no
Wow.
one can do it,
Yeah.
you know. So like the fact that he was able, because like when I do low, like it
Right.
just sounds almost like I'm speaking, or like it hits this like rasp to it. Not him.
Wow.
It still sounds melodic and beautiful and like, you know, like singing, you
Yeah.
know, but it was so low, you know, and it was like
You instead
holy
fell in
shit.
love with the floating hand.
She fell in love with Thing.
The thing.
thing.
Or the
I mean,
thing
what-
with hair.
That thing. No,
Cousin
hell
It.
no, that's the thing. Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
cousin
Cousin
A.
It.
That's the
Cousin
thing.
A.
Cousin
yeah.
it. Yeah.
The Thing.
Cousin It. Out of here. This
Thing.
guy.
Thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely my dude.
Yeah, he was like, what else does that hand do?
Let them fingers do.
What that finger-
Yo, you got some wrist action on you. I'm seeing, baby. Like, you know, so
Some kid playing that thing.
that'd be funny, dude. I would totally play like pranks on people if I was with that guy or if I was with that hand.
With that guy. Yeah, that thing.
I would
Yeah.
have him like come and just chill in my sleeve, and then I'd pretend to chop him off, and then it would just be like,
Just walking around.
you know, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. Why do they not do that? I feel like they should have done that every single episode of Adam Family. Anyways,
God, that's so funny that you fell in love with someone like Lurch during his solo.
Well, like I had known him. It had been a long.
they were talking.
But you saw him in a different light when he did that.
Yeah.
You're like,
Wait,
this
were
guy-
you? So were you not?
No.
Like not into him? Like you obviously
No,
had to already have
no.
some inkling.
Yeah.
But like,
But that's just like the heart melting.
so
Like,
you
Right.
first heard him, and that's when you were like, I need to start talking to this guy. Or were you,
no.
'cause you guys
We were already
talking.
we were seeing each other every day at rehearsal. Like,
Yeah, or you were
already-
like already in a talking phase,
I
right?
feel like yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember you being when we were all like, "Damn, they're just like gone." And we're
That's
like, "Is
a
this a
fun
good
time.
guy for her?" We don't know. No one knew anything about him. He's a very
Yeah.
quiet man.
That's like a movie where it's like, you know, the guy's not
Yeah.
very like popular maybe, and then like he'll knock it out of the park at the talent show or the musical, you know?
Yeah. What talent is turning you on? For me, honestly, magic. When it's done well, Let me
Yeah.
say that now.
Right.
If you are like really good at magic, that is like the sexiest thing you could
Yeah.
be. You know. But the thing is, like, it's so embarrassing all up until you're really good at it. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
other than that, I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, you're a magician? That's embarrassing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but if you can like, if you can show me my card, I'm like, oh, I'll show you my.
So, but you like that more than like a David Blaine or something. He's like, I do magic and I'm just going to like sleep in this box for 2 days. That doesn't
What?
do nothing for you.
Okay, I know who David Blaine is, but I don't know any of his tricks.
Oh, okay.
So-
His are weird. His is like, hey, watch me stab my hand with this spike.
Oh,
And
but
then-
it like doesn't. But it like goes all the
It
way
goes
through.
all
And
the
it
way
doesn't
through.
bleed or anything.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That kind of
it
thing.
makes me think of like Penn and Teller. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But they do actual tricks too.
Yeah.
I think David Blaine is like unique in terms, like his things are almost like, is this magic or just some weird kind of,
That you're doing.
endurance thing? Or like, who's that? Chris Angel.
I also know who Chris Angel is, and I know like
Yeah.
how to roast somebody if they're wearing something, and I'd be
Right.
like, "What are you, Chris Angel?" You know,
Yeah.
but like I don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does.
Your references are interesting because you get Kenny G, which I think is a little bit more niche, but you don't get
but it's
Chris.
because of last Friday night, and it's
Oh,
like
that's- okay,
I
okay.
also know like there's not much to know beyond that he is a great saxophone player.
Right.
You're talking about like specific magic tricks that David Blaine
Yeah.
does. I can't name a single David Blaine magic trick.
Right.
But I know that David Blaine is a magician. I know that, well, I'm now
Yeah.
being confirmed that Chris Angel is a magician.
Right.
Like, I know that Liberace is a piano player.
Okay.
But have I ever listened to a Liberace song?
I think
Right. No.
he's an opera singer.
Oh, is he?
Who?
No,
Liberace?
okay. The reason
No,
why
right, yeah, I
I
don't know.
think Liberace is a piano player is because there's one episode of How I Met Your Mother
Yeah.
where Ted is trying to learn the piano and
You're
he
right.
wastes a bunch of time getting a Liberace costume together,
Yeah.
so that he can get the confidence to do it. But then he just ends up sitting in front of the piano looking like Liberace. Like,
Right.
Sings and plays piano. I was wrong.
Okay.
See, I don't know I not know anything about Liberace except the same kind of thing where it's like only as a butt of a joke in a sitcom line. So
Chris Angel is how
That's how you see
that's my
it.
Chris Angel.
Got it.
You
Okay,
know,
okay. I guess when I was young, that's when the show Mind Freak came out. So I guess I have a little bit more familiarity with it.
See, in that, like, I know that Mind Freak is a show. I know that it
Yeah.
existed. I know that it was, like, popular.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about.
Oh, it just freak people's mind.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy.
His tricks were like interesting, where it wasn't like a traditional disappear. He'd like,
Yeah.
I think it was all staged too, but he'd
Yeah.
like perform in somebody, and then it was like just start melting or something.
Oh.
Or his arms would fall out, and then it'd cut to a commercial. It's like Mind Freak. I was like, all right. That's why. So with
I like that.
the magic was weird. That's why I'm
Yeah.
asking you if that type of magic would do it for you, where it's like I'll just like rip off my arms, and it's like ta-da.
Well, there was a show that I loved where I can't remember exactly what it was called, but basically it was like exposing the magician's secrets.
Oh, I watched that as a kid.
Yeah, that's a good.
The Masked Magician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking love that
Hell yeah.
show, man.
Where they just explain how the tricks were done.
Oh, I love that show.
loved that show.
I love that so much.
And so it's like now, like, you should see me. I'm like a psycho when a magician is actually in front of me.
Right.
Because I'm like, that's a distraction. Where's the real trick? You know what
Right.
like?
Oh my God, they'd hate you at the Magic Castle.
I mean, they get
You
me
get
every
banned.
time. I don't follow it well, but I'm like,
Right.
look, I'm trying to figure out how they do it every
Yeah.
time, you know? No, but yeah, that show was so good. Probably
know.
magicians probably hate that show, but it was.
I bet they do.
Yeah, because it's breaking the
Yeah.
number one magician's code, you
Right.
know?
Also, Kenny G also does Careless Whisper, which I feel like is a meme.
That's a super famous song.
and super,
Yeah.
like,
Do you know the song?
He with who's that guy? The singer of Careless
Nine.
Whisper.
Nine McKnight is what's
Wait,
coming
the
Wait,
up.
singer
what?
of what?
The singer of Careless Whisper. No. Who's the guy? I'm thinking. Who does Last Christmas? I thought that was the person who did Careless Whisper.
Last Christmas. Wham?
Well, yeah, but the guy. Wham, the guy.
I don't know.
The guy in Wham.
I don't know.
Mr. Wham.
George Michael.
George Wham. That's Careless Whisper. So it's George Michael featuring Kenny G. Is that right? Okay.
Well,
There you go.
technically, he's not even like featured. It's just George Michael. Tonight the music
Right.
rings so loud. I don't know the actual
See,
words.
that's
so
what I
I
was
have to
getting
just.
I was like, who's like Kenny G, and then who's the singer?
All right,
You guys looked at it like I was crazy.
We're going into another one.
There was never a singer. What are you talking
I was like, what?
Okay, what job looks fun but probably sucks? I have like a bunch of answers to these.
Looks fun, but probably sucks. I always kind of had a fantasy of being like a bartender. I was like, that sounds it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's definitely one that looks like fun, but
Yeah, probably
you're
sucks.
dealing with drunk people.
Yeah.
Like you're in the service industry. It's like a hustle.
Right.
People are screaming, especially if you work at like a club where it's just like pounding music.
Yeah.
You know, that would be really hard. But like you're trying to take orders from people, like you still have to like talk to people.
Yeah.
That would be really hard. I feel that a lot. I think like pressure washing.
That looks like
Because it's
Yeah.
so satisfying. I
Right,
love
right,
watching it. But I feel like it would like like you, especially like here in LA in the summer, you know, it's hot outside.
yeah.
You're standing there for an hour. Like it takes a long time, you know, if the customer is annoying, you know, like,
Yeah.
but the customer being difficult is true in any job, I feel like.
But at least it feels like out of all the physical labor jobs, at least it seems like the thing is doing most of the work.
Yeah,
You're not there
I don't think
scrubbing.
it's like it's not a highly technical skill.
Right.
Yeah, but honestly, the last question really made me realize that more than anything, I'm turned on by
Water.
the by the technical skill of
Oh,
somebody.
right,
You know,
right.
like that's why I was impressed by the saxophone, the
Yeah.
harp. I was thinking about even before you said it. What's another one?
Bikini inspector. You know, all the long hours.
Yeah, the long hours. You're not actually able to like make out with the people.
I
you
know.
You have to be professional the whole time.
They don't see you in that way.
I think like being like a presenter of some kind would be really fun, but it's like I don't know, you never get to like do it, and like especially if you're in like the pageant world, like that seems like it could be fun, you know, see all the dresses and talents and stuff like that. But also those people are psychos, you know, like that are in pageants, you know, stage moms and stuff like that. That sounds like horrible. I would hate to deal with that.
I always thought, like, especially like for stand-up, people say don't, this is like, everyone portrays it as being like a terrible job, but I always thought performing on a cruise ship would be kind of fun.
Right.
But every time I hear about it, people say it sucks.
Yeah, everyone says it sucks.
Yeah.
And I think, one, I think it depends on the type of cruise you're on. And two, I think it also depends on how long you're on the cruise for.
Right.
Because I once saw a cruise comedian doing comedy, but obviously not on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise.
Yeah.
But he did a bunch of cruise material.
Okay.
Because he spends most of his time on cruises.
Right.
And so he was like, sometimes it's really chill, like, because you're on it for 3 days and you know you won't see these people much. But some cruises are 3 weeks.
Oh, my God.
And you're like you're living with these people, you know? Like you're also just on the cruise. Like, like with us, if we say a joke that doesn't work, okay, I'll never see these people again, most likely, you know, but the cruise comedian, he will see them for the next 3 weeks, you know, like,
God.
And so, like, he even told a joke about, like, this one, like, 16-year-old came up to him and he was like, hey, you're the comedian, like, that's awesome, like, you're so cool, you know, and he was like, wow, like, thank you, and then he was like, will you buy me a drink? And he was like, no, like, get out of here.
Yeah,
like,
that was a ruse.
You know, like, yeah.
I can't imagine bombing and still being on the ship. That's gotta be brutal.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
And then also just, like, the amount of material you need to have.
I know.
To do something like
Multiple
that, especially
shows.
to do it, like, yeah, if you're on a 3-day cruise, okay, you can maybe pass by, you know, but 3 weeks,
I know.
You've got to be a crazy crowd working comic, you know, like maybe Matt Rife should start doing cruises, you know, like someone who just kills, you know, Nate Jackson should get on some cruises, you know, but then it's like you also have to like you have to do like the family friendly show and the late night show, so it's like you have to, if you're gonna do the crowd work thing, you have to do it for like 12-year-olds, you know, so it's like
12-year-old crowd work. Jesus. Oh my God.
like that sounds awful.
Yeah, I know.
But getting to like be in Cabo for a week, you know, and you know maybe they give you like unlimited drinks and stuff, like that sounds like fun, you know, like if you get to just enjoy the rest of the cruise, like
what's the deal with the 6-7? Just do that. I was like, oh God. Catering to 12-year-olds sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I would hate to have to like make references that they get, you know? Like, I feel like I'd have fun with the late night crowd.
And you still bomb. bomb to a bunch of middle school kids is crazy.
Oh my gosh. One time I did a Jane Fonda joke. And then like I made a joke that I was like, my dad is older, so he's just turned me into a little old man, you know, and like I'm stuck as a youth. And so my problem with most men is like they're too young for me. And so then I made a Jane Fonda joke, and I was like, if you don't get that joke, like you're too young for me, you know. And then I left stage, and then as I passed by, there was some 60-year-old dude, and he was like, hey, I just want you to know I got that joke. And I was like, cool. Like, you know, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Like, you know, but it's like, I don't know. It could be fun to have a bunch of. I would think that'd be fun doing an elderly cruise.
Yeah. It'd be fun.
Because they have theme cruises. I knew like there was this one gay comic who he went on a gay cruise. Like that's why they hired him.
Yeah. Big gay cruise line.
Yeah, because he was like, he would obviously do great, like work for a gay cruise, you know? And he loved it. Like when I saw him afterwards, he was like, really fun, honestly. Like I could see why people don't like it, but very fun, you know? So I think it'd be fun to at least try.
Yeah, I would like to. But again, the nightmare scenario of just, oh God, bombing.
Yeah.
Just still seeing you're by the slide and you're like, hey, aren't you that guy that sucks? I'm like, I guess.
Hey, you're a loser.
You're the guy that was terrible.
Just locks yourself in your room for the rest of the
Yeah, the whole time.
Dude, how funny would it be if it's not even that you bombed, but it's like you do. You know how they have like that surfboard where they have like a wave thing coming at you and you're supposed to like ride it, but you're like still on the cruise? Like, what if you ate and like a bunch of people saw you and then you have to go do comedy?
Oh my God.
Like something like that wasn't tied to comedy,
You're
but
that
still
guy.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I am the guy that lost my swim bottoms at the wave pool. Some of you in this room may or may not have seen my dick. I want you to know.
Yeah.
it wishes it didn't see you either. Okay, so like,
And that's what you say to the 12-year-old.
yeah. Let me address the people in the room, the elephant in the room. Yes, I expose myself to many of the kids in this room.
But I feel like on the cruise thing, if that's they say the 3 C's are like how you make the most money: corporate, college, cruises.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like all of those like are specific type of jobs that
Right.
it's like looks like fun. Like college seems like it would be a fun gig, but I'm like, what if they're kind of ruthless? Like, what if they don't like you? What if they like, you know? So then I'm like, I don't know how to be fun. Corporate is also one where it's like, are you guys like trying to get fucked up and laugh about shit here? Or are you like, this is a team retreat weekend and we need to keep it kind of professional, like, you know? So
I used to work a more corporate job, and man, I had to do like some type of like speech or something. And I killed it on that first one. And then they're like, after that, they're like, this guy's great. And then so they kind of built me up. And then on the second speech, I ate. I couldn't even believe it. I was so embarrassed.
wait, how do you eat on a speech that you wrote?
Because it's like I was supposed to be jokey. And then I was like, and it was, from what I remember, this was like a corporate retreat or something.
Okay.
So it wasn't just like multiple days. It was like within a day or two. Then I was like, we were supposed to be talking about what's going on in our department.
Okay.
And then in my thing, I was like littering like little references and stuff. People thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, for the second one, we're supposed to have someone else from the department speak, but they're like, no, Alan's gonna speak again. I was like, oh. And so I ran out of references.
Yeah.
And I started kind of like riffing.
Oh, so you want like, because it was the same group of people and stuff like that.
Same
So
group. I couldn't say the same things.
Yeah,
And
okay,
just
I
completely
see.
shit.
Yeah.
So embarrassed. I was like, oh my god.
Damn.
Why did I even try?
Yeah, you should have ended on a high.
I
Come
know.
on.
I could've
Never
just-
encore.
I
Never
know.
encore the corporate retreat weekend.
I know. It was horrible. Embarrassed.
What about you? You have a job that looks fun but probably sucks?
Tour guide.
I feel that one. Oh my
I feel like
gosh.
it's kind of like a cruise line a little bit because it's
Yeah.
performing and you're sort of stuck with a similar group of people. But like in general, even from like doing like the safari and Animal Kingdom in Disney World, like it's the same route. You're driving the same thing.
Warner Brothers.
Warner
yeah.
Brothers. It's like I do this show 10 times a day and I'm sure it could get repetitive. And then also like traveling internationally, people could be really rude, but you're on a tour with them for like a week and you gotta just be like, you keep making fun of my culture and I need to keep it professional, or something like that. So I feel like it could be fun, very glamorous looking. I get to travel and tell people about the history, but
I will say the tour guide that I think you would kind of be like really good for in China. We got this like one woman who was like a tour guide for us, but like for the week that we were there, you know, and so she brought us to a bunch of different places and restaurants, and like what was nice is that she would just order everything for us because she was like, I know what's really good here, you know.
Right.
So that was really great. But yeah, she would just like, you know, we're driving from point A to point B and she's like pointing out different things along the way, you know. And so I feel like you would be really good at that because it's like it's more than just doing the same tour every hour, you know. It's more than that. But like you also get to like spend time with people, so you develop like a relationship with them. You know, like to this day I can picture her face like that, you know, because I'm like, I don't remember her name. But like, like I feel like you would honestly kill.
So she would be good at ordering food on a Chinese tour.
yeah, apparently.
That's what you see.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You got
Ordering
it.
food
You got it.
everywhere.
You got it. You figured it out.
I heard some stand-ups are involved with the animal cruise on the Disneyland ride, because I think
Like
they could
the Jungle Cruise?
the Jungle Cruise. 'Cause
wow.
Yeah, because it's cheesy puns.
Yeah,
and, like,
cheesy
stand-up
puns.
That makes
comedian
sense.
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So you have some creativity.
I think tour guide is honestly pretty good for a comic.
Yeah.
There's one, Jordan Lloyd. I don't know if she's still doing it. I'm just going to plug up for free if she is doing it. She started doing a walking tour of Crenshaw.
Oh.
And I don't know if she actually got it running up. I went on one of her like trial runs of the tour, and it was really good. And then it ended like apparently in this like one street of Crenshaw. I don't know if it's just on the weekends or if it's every day, but they have like a street market that she ended the tour on. So then like you could go and like buy shops, and it was really cool because she brought us into like local businesses, so like people could come in and buy something from the local business to like help support the community of the area. But yeah, that was a really cool walking tour, and I wouldn't you believe it? I learned a lot about Crenshaw that day.
Wow.
You know, and then
This is the history of Crenshaw, or like food, what to get?
no,
while
the
you're there?
history of
Wow.
Crenshaw and how it came to be and how it got set up and its like cultural significance.
Wow.
And so it was really cool. She did a really good job with that, and I thought it was really good for her because like it's a comedy thing. Like she made it a comedy walking tour,
Okay.
you know. So
She had
like
jokes.
she prepared some jokes and stuff. And now she like we gave her a bunch of like feedback at the end of it. So I wonder like how it's probably even better now. But it was
Yeah.
really fun, and then it was like really fun because we were like going past and there was these two people like on their apartment balcony. They were drinking and they saw like you know it was. I don't think anywhere in LA besides like Hollywood Boulevard, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, do you see like a group of
I know,
people
yeah,
walking through the street? So they were like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" You know, and we were like, "Oh, it's a walking tour. You know, like
Yeah.
it's for free today." Like they were like, "It's her birthday," and we were
Yeah.
like, "Come join!" And they came down and joined us.
Really?
Yeah, they
Wow.
joined us, but they were like super drunk, and also it became very obvious, like very quickly, like.
Yeah.
The guy is like super extroverted and loves to be like the center of attention.
Oh,
So
my
he
God,
came
that's
in
gonna be
and
annoying.
he started like, she would tell something about it and then he'd be like, yeah, and like he would like add on
yeah.
like to her like
Yeah.
talking points.
Yeah.
And then like just became like a personality hire for this tour group.
Yeah.
But then the girl got pissed. She was like, it's my birthday. What the are we doing here? So then she like stomped off.
Wow.
And at first he like refused to follow her. But then like eventually he did chase her down. And so like
Wow.
we're all nosy, so we kind of watched for a minute. But like
Right.
also you joined our tour group.
Yeah.
But like they made it like a block, not
Yeah.
even with us. So,
Really?
like, yeah. So that was really fun.
That's great. You get the information. You get some drama.
Yeah.
I love that.
We're like, ooh, personality of Crenshaw.
Paid
Oh, yeah.
actors. They were paid actors.
Paid actors.
Paid actors.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a total stunt that Jordan put in. And then do you know Jacob Ratner?
No, I do not.
He does apparently.
Oh, that jerk off? No, I'm just kidding. I was kidding.
He does. The last mic that I saw him at, he was like, "Yeah, I do tours for downtown LA."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Damn, I kind of want to go." Like, obviously, I think he works for like a company.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'd love to see you give a tour. You
Yeah.
know, like I think that would be a lot of fun. Or Marcus. Well, he's
does.
more
He
managerial
sells.
position, but
Yeah.
I would love to see him give a tour. You
Right,
know,
right.
like you too. You'd be a good tour guide.
I mean, I thought of. I think I forgot who. What big comic, but he said he used to do the like TMZ tours, and he said those were fun, that kind of thing.
Yeah, those driving around ones, go to the celebrity houses. That sounds like fun.
Have you ever done the gone to like when you were in school, gone to one of those like recreation, like historical recreations? Have you ever done that?
Oh,
Reenactment.
Reenactments,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I haven't,
Those
but
were
I have
kinda
friends
crazy.
who do them.
Yeah.
Marta Mary, if you're listening, shout out to her. She does Civil War reenactments,
Hell yeah.
and I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah. What's her role?
I don't know actually.
Shout out.
I
You're
would
killing
like,
it.
I think that she is on the north side.
Maybe.
I'll put that in.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a Confederate reenactor.
But she's also a traitor. So she's working for the South.
She's a spy.
A spy. Yeah. It's a unique take.
I don't actually know what she does. I should find out.
Yeah.
I should be like, hey, are you doing Confederate reenactment?
Someone's got to do it, but they could probably mix it up.
I mean, it
No one
also
get
works
mad.
better now because I met her when she lived in San Diego, but now she lives in the South, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like people love reenactments
Yeah.
over there.
Oh, that's
especially
gotta be a
Civil
booming
War
industry. Yeah,
reenactment,
right.
You know,
East Coast
Totally.
gets a lot better of a rap for reenactments.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah.
Like-
Well, I feel like it's just because a lot of the history happened over there. Like California's
true,
way
not a
too
lot.
new for some
I know.
great reenactment
I guess the closest
stuff.
you get would be like Calico Mines, for like reenactment for the Wild West and gold
of,
panning
what,
and
of gold mining.
like
That's
the
but-
Western history.
But that's why I'm like
Yeah.
the reenactments aren't even that fun. Like people reenact the battles, you know, and so
Right.
like there's a lot of excitement and energy into that, you know, and like they set up the whole field, you know. And I think honestly, turning political for 2 seconds, I think we should bring that back. You know, like creating a time and place for our battle.
Yeah.
That's like outside of the city, so no one gets hurt. Like I love
Ah.
that idea.
That is
versus
cool.
this whole like ops secret undercover. You know, and then we're just bombing hospitals. But
Right, right,
anyways, back to comedy.
Yeah.
What's another job? I feel like we apparently
Hmm.
really support tours.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
we went out for it.
Oh, job that looks so fun but probably sucks, like escape room artist. Like those,
artist? Is that what they go by?
Yeah, like so you can create the room, but then like just running the room, like having to set it up. Like I think it would be really fun to like, especially if a group starts falling apart.
It's a GM, a game master.
Game master.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like it would be really fun to see people like fall apart as a team, but also like might be just people screaming or like being rude to you, or like maybe they make a crazy mess in the room. Like that would suck.
And are you a character in your?
No, I mean literally like the guy. Like, have you done an escape room?
Yeah, but I remember the ones I did. There was like a character in there. It was like a guy who's giving you the instructions, and then he's like a detective, and he's like kind of sitting there. He's like getting.
That one sounds worse than what I was thinking. Usually, I'm thinking of like people who are like they sit like with a computer with cameras, you know, and like they watch you and can help you, and they give you a radio so you can talk to them if you need them. Yeah,
I've never done those.
No, I've exclusively done those. I've never had it that there was a person in the room with us. But oh my gosh, my sister and I used to find a group or at least like 2 or 3 other people to come with us, and we would just get f***ed up and go do escape rooms. Yeah. And those are so fun.
And you would be joining other people's groups, ruining it?
No. We would get our own room and stuff like that. We should do that. Our New York group should definitely get up and go to an escape room. That would be so fun. Watch everybody fight.
Well, I have a fantasy of just joining someone else's escape room group
and solving it for them, and they get pissed at you.
Well, kind of ruining their experience. A little of that. Yeah.
That sounds like a fun one. You have any more?
I applied for this job right out of college, and I couldn't find anything, and I applied to it as a joke because the thing said play master, and it was at a dog daycare.
Oh, okay. So you're like supposed to play with them?
Yeah. And I was like, play master, that's funny. And I just applied to it as the only people who replied back. And they're like, I went in there and they're like, have you ever had a dog? I was like, no. And I was like,
only child,
and they're like,
dog.
Okay, when can you start? I was like, I don't know, maybe this week. And I was like, done. And I worked there for a while.
And did you play with the dogs?
It is. I did. It was very weird because it was a place in Beverly Hills, and the way, if you looked at the website, the way they portrayed it was like, this is a fancy dog daycare. So it's like the dogs do yoga or something. The dogs get a
so they have a play master instead of some dude who's just throwing a tennis ball with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And just giving them kibble because it was like he's like, we have a chef here, and I was a guy in a chef's hat giving him like specially made food, and I was like, I'm just giving a house kibble. Yeah. You know? And I just had to like play with the dogs and stuff, and
that sounds like fun.
It was eventually kind of got. I was like the only person there. It got lonely. It was just me and a bunch of dogs.
Oh, okay. So did you realize you just weren't a dog guy?
I just realized I wanted a job that had people. Because I also had to do this thing where it's like...
You're like, this is reminding me of my childhood. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's just, why does the society keep trying to isolate me? You know? And I would have to do this thing where I'd sleep there overnight.
Why?
Because the dog stayed overnight. Someone had to be there.
Oh.
So I'd have...
And that was your job?
That was my job.
I feel like they would have had a separate guy who comes for the overnight.
They just... I think they just needed somebody, and I was the only person available.
Oh.
I feel like the rest of the crew was kind of f***ed up.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a really poorly run
It was.
doghouse.
It was, but it was portrayed as like super fancy.
Yeah, interesting.
And I had to sleep there, and I was like, other people... I had to sleep on this like futon.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure the other coworkers bang on this thing.
Oh.
You know, and I have to sleep here.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it was not great. But playing with the dog's fun.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like fun. I would love to do that.
They didn't really train me. You know.
So we're going to do a rapid fire round.
Okay.
There is no actual timer on you.
Right.
But if you start taking too long, I will start to pressure you. So, and you know me. The pressure will be on. So it's 5 questions. That's it. Everybody gets the same 5 questions. So it's just like whatever comes to mind.
Everyone gets the same 5 questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll answer quick.
Yeah. So it's just whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just the goal hopefully creates a good little funny moment for you. But so be silly with it, but also just answer honestly.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Alan Santiago,
yes.
Rapid fire round.
Uh-huh.
What do you hope your last words are?
Damn it.
Which U.S. president would you like to be roommates with?
Kennedy.
Why?
Seems like he parties.
Who was your first fictional crush?
Pepper Ann.
From Charlie Brown?
No.
Pepper
She's
Ann?
her own thing.
Oh, we'll shoot you a shot at Pepper Ann real quick. That was it?
That was it. I don't have any question.
What's the last movie that made you cry?
I don't cry much.
Well, that's your first problem.
Maybe, you know what I do? I don't cry much, but the last movie that made me almost cry and then suck it back in was probably A Place Beyond the Pines.
Okay, what happened that made you cry and then suck it back in?
I think it was a thing where like this guy had his father was dead.
Oh.
And then he slowly starts getting information from the friends of like what his father was like, and that whole build up. I remember feeling very sad.
But then you were like, yeah.
No, I think I have this thing I think where it's like I don't cry, but I have this reflex where I like push down the emotion.
Okay, now we know what's really wrong with you.
Yeah. So I have this thing where I keep trying to get over it
because you never had a sibling to let it out to.
Yeah. Maybe that's why. So anytime I watch a sad movie, I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna let this thing hit me.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Well, when you said second back up, I don't know if you've ever seen Clouded with a Chance of Meatball.
Yeah.
But there's one
literally thinking exactly of that.
There's a moment where the cop, like the big buff guy,
Yeah.
he was like, it's enough to make a grown man cry. And he has like a tear coming down. And he went, but not this one. Get back in there, tear. And he sucks his tear back up into his eye.
And then like later at the very end, he's like, it's her silly go, and he's like, it's okay, or something like that.
See, that's what I feel like I need to do, because I have a reflex where it's like it feels that emotion is coming up, and my body goes, nope. That kind of thing. But I think that's like a old childhood thing.
Yeah, maybe watch something with a weighted blanket or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know how to. I keep,
feel
because
comfortable.
in my mind I tell myself I'm just going to allow it to be sad.
Yeah, all right. We're doing terrible on keeping this rapid fire.
Okay.
Last question.
So, yeah, you can ask a sad
Last question before we get back into what's wrong with Alan.
Right.
What's something you learned embarrassingly old?
Maybe embarrassingly old. I think there's always like a thing with like movies. They're like, what does a producer do? And I'm like, I don't know, and never bothered looking at it. And then I looked it up once, and I was like, oh, finally, I can kind of know what it is.
All right, that's a fair enough
that
answer.
Kind of thing, where it's like, I've seen the word over and over again, never really bothered to look into it until I was way old.
Yeah, that's how I feel with the word fortitude.
Oh.
Like, I see it a lot. I've looked it up quite a few times.
Yeah.
I still don't get it. That word does not go well for me.
I know I have a word like that, too, where it's like, what?
Yeah.
I can't think of something.
All right. Well, that was a rapid fire round. When you learn to let your feelings out, you can answer with that. Embarrassingly old.
Your rapid fire ones are like deep questions. It's so weird.
They weren't that deep.
A little bit. Made you cry?
What's your first fictional crush?
Well, for a guy who doesn't cry a lot, I have to dig deep.
The first three you hit really quick.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. And then Pepper.
Damn it.
I sent you a picture. It's of Pippi Pepper.
Oh, you texted me? I had to put my do not disturb on because my family started texting me.
Wait, who was your first crush?
Pepper Ann. Oh, this is so not who I was thinking of.
Maybe make sure it's that.
Yeah.
Was her?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn, you're a freak.
Yeah. So I like them.
All right. Well, now we can have you sign the jar. Add your name in. Go ahead and pick any color.
Laszlo Sanchez.
Laszlo Sanchez. Is that your new your
my new
stage name?
Yeah.
B, do you have anything you want to plug? Give your Instagram handle while we do this.
You can follow me on my Instagram, BEA_LINE101. It's my prop master Instagram.
Beeline 101.
Yep. Maybe
Nice.
someday I'll post more things and follow people.
Hell yeah.
But come follow me.
Hell
Why not?
yeah. Alan, you have anything you want to plug? You have to plug something very far away if you have anything you want to plug.
Let's see. I will plug just my Instagram.
All right. What's your Instagram handle? How can the people find you?
You go on Instagram. It's a social media application. You go into the search bar.
Nice.
You type in Santi, SANTEE _ Yago YAGO. You type that in, you press enter, and I should pop up.
Nice. You can find me at the Littest of Keys with underscores in between all of those. You can find the No Wrong Answers. I'm going to go with No Wrong Answers pod. If that is wrong, you will see it at the bottom of the screen right now that I was incorrect. But if I was correct, someone send me a virtual high five, because holy shit, right off the dome, baby. But yeah, go ahead. Follow us on everything. If you are here because you're a fan of Alan and you had a good time, go watch the other episodes. They're also fun. And we have a lot of good laughs together. And you can see how all the rest of these names got on this jar. Go listen to all the other episodes. Subscribe everywhere. Follow us. Comment down below what your answers were to these questions. And if you have any questions, and if you liked it or not, drop us a like and tell other people that you think will like this. And I can't think of anything else, but I think that's everything, so I'm gonna end it now. But this has been episode 14 of No Wrong Answers, so thanks guys. Bye.
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 All right, that's the good stuff. Okay.